ideal for really defining what Lincoln-Douglas debate is all about. Lincoln-Douglas debate was actually founded because at the National Forensics League, they were in the final round, and a group of people that originally sponsored its creation came to watch the final round of what was called policy debate. And what they found was that it was completely incomprehensible. The debaters spoke at such a high rate of speed and used so much jargon that the debate had become meaningless. They had just become confined to a narrow set of specific rules of their own creation that really had no real value in real life. So they found in Lincoln-Douglas debate. Lincoln-Douglas debate is debate focused on competing values, philosophy-based rather than strictly evidence-based, and first and foremost designed to be understandable to the common man. Next slide. Location I did it at was Corbett Landing Middle School. Now I chose this slide to really emphasize this was one of the biggest issues I had with my project. I shot this around to local middle school debate coaches, even going to one of the city championship to kind of talk to coaches and get my letter out there. And what I found, unfortunately, was that a lot of these people were just drawing a paycheck. So the first question we asked the kids was, what is debate? And everybody was really interested in the presidential election. By that, it was only a few months after that time. And I asked them, did anybody watch the presidential election debates? And yes, I did. And then we really got to what did you think of the presidential election debates? Well, I thought they were interesting. I really liked watching them. But when they got down to it, we could all agree that they were first and foremost boring. And that was because, as we went over, they were really arguing, not really debating. They were just going through a set of talking points. They weren't really getting to the heart of the issues. So the project they were working on was they were doing these position papers. Each child chose a controversial topic they would like to write on, and they had to find evidence to support their position on it. So we talked about how debate is first and foremost structured. It's not yelling, shouting, screaming, and arguing. It's with a logical and reasonable flow of ideas, getting to the heart of what you're talking about. And we went over Lincoln-Douglas debate and being values-based. A lot of kids chose topics like abortion or gay marriage, and they were kind of easy to organize their arguments around because they could, well, they knew what they wanted to say, they didn't quite know how to say it. They didn't know how to frame it as a battle between privacy and government power and so forth. So they needed to organize a debate. Every question of ethics or values or morals or philosophy is competing between two philosophical ideas. So once they were able to take a topic like cameras in schools and organize it around a central value like safety and see there's a conflict between that value and, say, privacy, that helped them a lot when they were doing the papers. So we talked about logic. And the Lincoln-Douglas debate case structure goes like this. You have your central value, a big philosophical idea, something like justice or social welfare. And then you have your value criteria, how you're going to achieve it. So to achieve justice, you might achieve it by fair treatment, or you might view it through the lens of cost-benefit analysis. And so once the kids took the topic, what they were focusing on, the value they were trying to achieve, and what specifically they were going to do to achieve it, then went